Hi everybody, this is Tor Storley and I am back with another video. In this video, we're going to take a first look at Go, the language, how you can set a project up in Visual Studio Code. Go is known for its simplicity, but don't confuse it with it being inefficient because it's a very efficient language. The Go language in this first part, which will be a fairly short video, how to set up the project in VS Code. And in the second video, I will actually show you a project written in Go that will go through some investment analysis. And I'm going to use Go as the language. So stay tuned, enjoy this video, and I look forward to see you also in the next video. Okay, so I'm in VS Code, and what I've done is I set open folder, and what I choose is my desktop, because that's where I want to put this project folder. I want to open up a new terminal. So let's go to new terminal, and down here you can see, depending on how you set this up by default, mine is pointing to PowerShell, but for this purpose I want to use the Git bash, so that's what I'm choosing right here. So you can see I'm in desktop. So the first thing I want to do then is to make a directory. And in this case, I'm just going to make a dummy directory because I just want to show you how to set this up. So I'm going to paste that in here. And all I do, I call it mkdir test_go2. So this is just the test directory I will be using for this illustration. So I hit go, and now I created that test directory. So what I want to do now is I want to cd into that directory. All right, so now you can see I'm in there. So the first thing you want to do is you want to initialize your project as a Go project. And to do that, you can use this command. So as you can see, go mod init, and then the name of the project or the directory you're going to be in. Okay, so let's run that. It created a new Go mod file for you in that directory, which is where you're going to store all your references, basically. So the next thing I want to do is I want to create a new file. And since we're in Git bash, I can simply do this touch main.go. Now what I can do is I can open this project either by going here to File and then Open Folder. Or if you're kind of lazy and you just want to open it directly, you can use the good old code dot like this. When you hit it, it will open up a new window. So now you're in that folder. So I can close this other one here and start opening this new one. So if you look over here now, there's your test go 2, and you created this mod. This mod one will basically have a reference to where your project is, the module test go 2. And then it gives you this version identity. So that's the bare minimum mod file. And as you add things to it, you're going to see it will be generating more text in that file. But you don't have to worry about that because you're going to run it from the terminal window and it will insert it into this. It also created the main Go file. And as you can see, it's empty right now. So what you want to do first, and this is the standard way of setting this up, you have to use this package main, which is the main library or main code file that Go is using. So if we do that, Go is very restrictive. So they will give you a bunch of error message right away, even before you get a chance to fix anything. So just be aware of that. So the next thing we want to do, we want to import something. And notice I get code completion here. So when I say import, I can just hit this one. And then it will start suggesting libraries to import. If you're going to have print lines or print out and stuff like that, like print, then you want to use this FMT package. So that would be the first one. Moreover, you don't have to put comma between these. Okay, so I have pasted some more code in here just to show you. So notice we have a package main, we have our import statements, and if you want more than one, you can use these parentheses. If you just had one, you could just do a space and say FMT right there without all these other parentheses. But because I listed more than one, you can see what it would look like. Notice as soon as you start typing this stuff, and if you don't reference any of these, you're going to get really warning messages or error messages right away. So right here, you can see there's a problem because we never used this. And they give you pretty good error information when you hover over, as you can see here. So it will tell you a little bit about the packages and so forth, and to give you example. So it's very good error messaging. Obviously, we're only using the FMT, and we're using the print line function, which basically means it will print this out and put a invisible new line character behind this. So in order to fix this, so we can actually run this, we simply remove those because we don't use them anyway. All right, so now we have an import statement. We have the package main, and we created a function called main, which you have to have. This main function is where the execution begins and is required. You have to have one, and then it can call other functions. Without the main package and the main function, Go would not be able to recognize the starting point of the program. If you have other packages, they typically would be used to organize reusable code into libraries, etc. And then you can refer to them in the import statement. We'll look at some more of that when we get closer to the other code. So I just want to get you started with this. As you can see now, how do you run this? Well, one thing we can do, we can test this out right here. So the command you use when you run it in the terminal is go, run, and then you have a couple of options if everything works. The main Go file like this, main.go. So let's try that first, main.go. And if I run this now, hopefully I see a printout of hello world. It didn't find the package, expected package. So what is the problem with this? Well, let's see if we can figure that out. It gave me an error when I first ran, as you can see here, expected package found. And if you copy code over from somewhere else, you got to make sure there's no hidden symbols in the code. And what I discovered by me backspacing this like this and bringing this function up like this, I actually solved it. You've got to make sure when you copy from places, you got to be careful. So notice when I actually ran it like this, you can see here if I run it again, go run main go, you can see it writes it out. Another thing I could do is I could also do something like this. I can say go run dot, and because that's the file, the main file, it will run that file. So as you can see, I'm getting the same output if I do that. So that should get you started in creating a project in Go in VS Code.